Hey guys, Kid here of Burn One. Doing a tournament report. Haven't done one of these in a while. I wasn't on the last one since I didn't play in Toronto, I think was the event. But this time I did end up playing. Got the team together. We got Hanson. You want to say hello?
Hello, friends.
And then our good buddy Johnny here from Vegas. You want to say hi?
Hi, it's me, Johnny. I'm new.
Yeah. I think this is the first time we've had you on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sick. All right, we popped that cherry. Nice. All right. So we were the team for San Gabriel, California event. We ended up 10th slash 9th place question mark. I don't know how placings work when a team gets DQ'd out of top 8. But it is what it is. We didn't make top 8 barely, since, unlucky for sad. But yeah, going into the event, our team ended up, I was on 7 Deadly Sins, and then Johnny?
I was on Kana Tamarin, Whole Life.
And then
Hanson. Yeah, and then I was playing 8 Stand by Mushoku Tensei.
I think going into the event, just like to do a quick recap, I think we, at least us three, are kind of in agreement. The format is pretty like solved for the most part, right? It's like 2 main decks you got to care about is like what, Quince and 7 Deadly Sins.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and then like the third seed is just like the wild card. I think most people either did like Hololive or what was the other? There was another good deck, or like I think occasionally AOT. Was there any other deck that was really like standout? You saw a lot of.
Kaguya-sama just came out like not long ago, so I've seen a couple of that.
I think we saw FGO like more than I thought we would ever.
Yeah, more than 0. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I guess
so. But yeah, I think overall, like our evaluation of going into that event was kind of like what we expected for the most part of what we assume we'd see on other teams, which is always a good thing going into these like type of events, so you can at least have some kind of what's the word I'm looking for, I guess, like some kind of foresight of what you expect to see, so you can build around that. Unfortunately, I got kind of screwed really bad. But we'll get into that in the thing. So what we'll do here is as before, we'll break down our rounds and everything and how they went. Mine will be very not exciting. Hopefully you guys can fill in the exciting parts. We'll just go by our seed order. I think our seed order was myself on A, Johnny on B, and Hanson on C. I guess I'll start it off and we'll go round by round. So round 1, I played the 7 Deadly Sins mirror. I did what you're supposed to do, which is cancel more than my opponent did and get to 3 and then kill them. 7 Deadly Sins mirrors, like most mirrors, is just literally a coin flip, but it's like infinitely worse because I think this deck is literally every matchup is a coin flip. So, and then like as soon as you hit 3, you just kill whoever hits 3 first, like basically kills their opponent, which is I think I think on this one though my opponent hit 3 first, but I was like 2-0 when they hit 3 because I got a huge lead early on, and they could never recover from that. But yeah, very boring game. I won that game. Johnny?
I went against a Stand by Quince. It was kind of a weird build. He kind of just opened up before Climax has it anyways, and we just snowballed the game from there. I took the win there. I don't think it was anything too special. That's it.
Nice. Yeah, my round 1 was against Okayu Sora, like Hololive, and yeah, Sora's a pretty cool combo. You just get like 3 out for like what, 4 stocks, and it's like super consistent. But I guess the bad thing is like the finishing power is like kind of low, and then like sometimes like I'm playing Mushoku, like I can like get extra soul triggers by like just twin driving, so you chip in like small damages here and there, and yeah, that deck can't really like push a lot of damage. So
yeah, I've played that deck a few times, and honestly, I think the only way that deck wins is if like random swings of 3s and 4s stick during the mid game.
You also need your source to live.
True, that as well. But yeah, all right. This was a 3-0, right? Clean sweep.
Yeah.
All right. Going on to round 2. One of the first and maybe last times I play against another deck that isn't Seven Deadly Sins. I played against AOT.
Spoilers.
It was a Pants choice, so I don't have a lot of experience with AOTs that aren't like door choice or door basically. So I honestly had no idea what was going on the entire game. I was just like, it doesn't really matter though, because I'm playing Seven Deadly Sins. All I got to do is, play my Escanors and then, offer handshake. But that's basically what happened. I sat there and just like plussed all game as my opponent really like, he was swinging and doing things, but it didn't really matter because I just sat on 2 Escanors in my hand with the climax and the discard outlet or the discard targets. And I waited till I was 3 and then my opponent died. So I don't know. There's not much I could say because like he had cart tied in and stuff like that, but that doesn't really matter in Seven Deadly Sins because I'm not really early playing that often, so it doesn't really do anything to my board. And then so I ended up winning that game.
Over in seat B, I think I played against 8 book Wolfrey. He was having like a kind of below average game. He ended up misplaying like 4 times by the time we got into the finisher turn. I don't remember 2 of them, but the first one was like he played down his like 1/0 discard a card, choose one of my characters level down. He realized I didn't have a waiting room, so the effect just didn't work anymore. The second one was him like I think it was like trying to play something off color. He didn't have it was like a yellow card, but I don't remember what it was. I took the win there and pretty standard game.
Yeah. Round 2, I played against Okayu Polka this time, and like my opponent was like pretty new at the games, and she was like reading like a lot of card effects and like playing like kind of slow. So like I think you guys both won like pretty like fast. So like my game didn't really matter. So I kind of started playing a bit fast and loose, and my opponent canceled a bunch and I lost.
Yeah, I think you guys went in the time for this one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we were done super quick and we're just like sitting there waiting for your game to finish up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so round 3, my favorite matchup, Seven Deadly Sins Mirror. This game was a little different. This one, my opponent just kind of like ate shit the entire game, and I was just like canceling nonstop for whatever reason and like getting a lot of pluses. Like I had multiple turns of like 2 cards living on board, and I think this was the game where my opponent had like the turn before I killed him, he could only field like 2 characters to attack because he was in such a like horrible position. Honestly, he just had shit draws, and then I got somewhat lucky with my draws there. And I mean, it's the mirror. It's literally a coin flip. Johnny.
In round 3, let's see, it was 8 Standby Quints again. This one was against Kevin from Utah. I don't know if he goes by anything else, but I think our level 0 and 1, he was way ahead. He got 2 early standbys at 0. I ended up canceling like not too often, but just enough for Katamari to not lose damage tempo going into my level 2 turn. Level 2 turn with Kantamarines. Oh, I don't remember this too well. I think it was pretty standard, where he tries to beat over my Ninos, or my Kanatas with his Ninos. He was only swinging them at 13k though, and I had 2 Coco back rows, so we were fine to just counter over pretty much any attacks on the sides. He tried to finish me here with 1 needle finisher, 1 icy tail, and 1 normal 2 soul lane. And he was trying to play around tap counter, but the issue here was he sided on his second attack. So it's pretty much effectively as if I got the tap counter off anyways, and it didn't matter. So he didn't really force it. And I got slightly average cancels on that finishing turn, and then I just finished him with triple Marine. That was about it.
All right. So round 3, I played Mushoku Mirror, and this game, like, I got to level 1 first. Like, I set up my Ares boards, did my combo, and my opponent was kind of forced to like side back because I like he knows I have to counter. And on the backswing, I think I like kind of drew into like another Ares climax and decided like I don't want to like do the side wars anymore, and I just like crashed, forced his counter, and kind of just got ahead like with damage at that point because like I got my opponent to like side a whole round. And after that, like at level 2, like I played the early play errors and like I still have my 2/2 standby in the back, so I didn't like lose that much from crashing board for a turn. And I think at that point I was just like way ahead of damage than my opponent and like just kind of took the game from there.
Nice. All right, round 4. Another 7 Deadly Sins matchup for me because I apparently seat A was cursed.
It
But
was cursed.
at least this 7 Deadly Sins was not the standard list running around right now, which I was playing the 6 stock soul 2 choice list. This guy was playing 8 bar, the king top in with the king level 1 combo. I know the combo is the level 3 combos from set 1, I believe. I don't know if this combo he was playing at level 1 was from set 1 or set 2. But it was 8 bar, so it was at least different. So this game was like going pretty bad for me overall. Going into like my last 2 turns, I set up to have 4 stock going into my final turn, but then when I got to my final turn, I only had 3 stock, which was very confusing because I think what happened at some point was I played a stock soul, stocked away, and on my last attack, I left the card out and thought it was supposed to go to my waiting room, and I think I shuffled it back into my deck at some point. So I think I shuffled 1 or maybe 2 stock back into my deck when I shouldn't have, because it was very weird. Like, I played stock soul twice that game, and almost every turn I double brainstormed and like whiffed every single time. So my hand was like nothing, but I was only spinning 2 stock a turn. So I don't understand what happened to my stock really. That game I did play an early play level 3 to try to grab a climax at the top, I believe, but I still should have left me with 4 stock going into my last turn, but I only had 3, so I was very confused. Either way, that game was pretty crap for me. My opponent on his kill turn played the king level 3 and hit 4 climaxes in his mill. I think it's mill 6, right? Does anyone know the combo?
Nah.
Okay.
No
It's like half of like this SAO Asuna combo. That's what I remember. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6. He milled 6 and hit 4 climaxes when I was like at like 2. I think was that 3-0? I was either high 2s or 3-0. And he hit 4 climaxes and so I got hit for 4 burn 1s, which also sniped away a like 2 climaxes, and then so his last 2 swings were able to like push through and kill me because he either had 3 king combos or 2 king combos in a normal swing. I don't remember exact kill turn, but that was just a really weird game where like I think I low rolled really hard, and I'm like 99% sure I shuffled away at least 1 stock at some point because the math didn't add up for me at the end there, but I ended up losing that game.
Had a loss here against FGO. I think they're on 8 bar. I remember opening up 4 climaxes and then looking at Hansen, and then I was looking first. Drew clock, drew another climax, so I was already immediately out 5. Yeah, when you open up 5 climaxes, even with Kanata Marin, you can't really like come back with that. There's not much mill in my deck, so I just kind of ate shit the rest of the game and died. Well, this game
came back, right?
I mean, okay, a little bit, but
yeah.
On see my last turn, I messes up pretty bad. I was attacking, and I went to refresh. I already triggered, I already took the refresh point, and I revealed the top card of my deck. It was a door, so that wasn't supposed to happen, and I had to call Judge, and we had to reshuffle the deck. I got a warning for that. Now that was in my favor, but it would have felt pretty bad if I won that game. I think I ended up losing karma and all
Yeah.
that.
So it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
That yeah. All right. My round 4, I played against Kobayashi. It was the 8-bar deck, the level 1 top check 3 Toru into the Iru finisher. I think one big problem of that deck is like it's the combo, the level 1s doesn't get very big, and like I think my opponent basically couldn't answer my like board the whole game. So yeah, all he could do was like crash and like brainstorm and whatnot. But like I think he still was able to pull off like triple Iru at the end, which was pretty scary. But like I was like basically at like 2-4 or something, so I lived that and like just killed him on the backswing.
Yeah, I remember looking over and being like, "Oh shit, that board's scary." As he was like swinging in, and it was like burn 4, burn 4, burn 4. I was like,
Yeah, I mean,
Big numbers.
Iru is scary.
"Oh man." All right, round 5. All right, you'll never believe it, but I had the 7 Deadly Sins mirror match again. 6 Lock Soul, 2 choice. All I wrote in my notes was it's the mirror coin flip.exe. So I assumed, I think this is the game where like I died from like 2-2 or something. Because my
25%er.
Oh, this was the 25%er? Yeah. Oh my god. So in this game, I had a 4-card deck left, and I knew there was one climax left in there, and my opponent was like 2-4 or something like that. And I was like, I had 1 attack left, and it was against level 3, and like my choices were like to crash it or side. And I was like, if I side and the stock soul's on top, I probably lose immediately. So I was like, I think no matter what, I'm just supposed to crash here because I'm favored not to trigger the stock soul. And if I do hit the stock soul, at least there's a chance he'll cancel. So it makes it more awkward for him to clock himself to level 3 if he cancels. But he didn't cancel. Oh wait, no, did he cancel? No, he didn't cancel. He went to 3 like 1 or something from that. And I was like, cool. I like, worst case scenario, I crashed in, opened the slot there as well, and then also triggered my last climax in my deck, and then I got double Escanored and the what's the bounce guy's name? I forget.
Gil Thunder.
Yeah, I think he guilt thundered me too. It was like double Escanor, guilt thunder, the normal stuff, and so I died from like 2-2 or 2-3 or whatever. I thought I would have a somewhat decentish chance to live. But I remember his last swing triggered for game, I think it was, or there was a trigger somewhere there that was like he's swinging for like 5 or something. That was that wasn't the burn ones or the ping for ones. And I just ate that 5, and I was just like, oh, that's well, I don't know what to do there. I just ate shit. So yeah,
Not sure if I remember that part.
There was one of the swings was for a really big amount, and then there was like the 2 Escanors. One was like for 5 ping ones, and the other one's for the 6, I think, because he got the 2 soul or something ridiculous like that. But yeah,
He probably started off with the Guild Thunder swing for like 5.
yeah, that was probably what happened.
Round 5 took a win against Pantsbook Slime. To be honest, I think Slime's a pretty awful deck into Kanatamarin. You're playing early play straight into anti-change counter when you're playing Kanatamarin or playing against Kanatamarin. So your entire game plan is like pretty much gone. He did hit level 3, but he stocked like 2 or 3 of his level 3 burn 4 combos, like sometime extremely early on. So he never had access to them again. So I just canceled like 2 or 3 of his finisher. Yeah, so he only had 1 finisher Shizu and 2 vanilla swings on the other lanes. I only needed to cancel 2 of those 4 hits, and that was just completely fine. Finished off with triple Marine. That was it.
Yeah. Round 5, I played against 8 Gate AOT, the Titan deck basically, and my opponent was not having a good game this game. My opponent, I think, hit level 1, like only fielded a single character and slammed CX. And the following turn, I think he also couldn't field 3 characters. Apparently, he had like hit level 1 with like three level 3s and 3 CXs in hand or something, and like basically he just lost the game straight. Like there, couldn't do anything.
All right. Round 6. Surprise, surprise. 7 Deadly Sins mirror again.
I love SDF.
Dude, I just don't want to ever play this mirror again. I think it's like one of the worst mirrors I've ever played. I don't really remember what happened in this game. Oh, is this the one where I swapped my choice for a stock soul? Do you remember, Johnny?
I was watching the game for 20 minutes, but I think I was tilted the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure if it was this one or another mirror. There was just so many mirrors that day. This game I was having a really rough time shaping my hand because I was missing brainstorms and stuff. The game was still like overall pretty even, but there was a point where I was like mid-level 2s and I had the choices of either holding on to a choice in my hand, but not having any of the other resources to kill my opponent, or I could climax swap to a stock soul, pick up like most of the resources I need, and then have to draw back into a choice or any way to like swap climaxes or the choice. And what happened that game was I got hit to level 3, I was able to I think I had like Escanor and the bouncer or something in my hand and everything. The only thing I was missing was the climax. My opponent thought they were dead, and I was like, no, you're probably gonna live here because I don't have the climax. They ended up living, and then obviously they swing back with their like double Escanor, and I don't even think they bounced anything that game. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, it's the 7 Deadly Sins mirror. You know, like I wrote in comments again, coinflip.exe.
Round 6. This was against 8 Standby Quints again. This is the third one. So I think this was a game of Weiss Schwartz for sure. He opened up 4 CXs. I opened up 5. He had a pretty strong early deck. Even with us opening those early CXs, he canceled like twice still when I played a climax. So I just kind of ate everything and anything until we lost. So I went from 1-4 to 3-2 in a single turn. I didn't do any clock on core effects or like any Ricky effects. I just ate straight damage. I could only do 2 Kanatas even if I hit level 3. I just pretty much lost the damage tempo the entire time. That's pretty much it. It was a 5-minute game, and I had to just watch Kit play the entire time. It was pretty boring.
Oh, nice. Round 6, I was playing against Kantamari this time, and I think the one thing remarkable to this game is like I got hit to like level 2 first. I was able to grab like an anti-change counter, and like the game instantly becomes like really hard for Kantamari because like they either side me for like very few damage, or they like just get anti-changed and then like lose like a whole lane of Kanata. So, and I feel like in this matchup, if you can't like really keep your Kanatas like alive, it's like kind of hard. You have to like rely on like just Marine being cheap, like winning you the game, which didn't happen for my opponent. So yeah, I ended up taking the game there.
Yeah, that
Nice.
matchup is definitely much more favored in MTI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. We're on round 7, right?
Yeah, last round.
Okay. Yep. This is our last round. To no one's surprise, 7 Deadly Sins mirror again. All I have wrote in my notes for this match is fuck the mirror, fuck the mirror, fuck the mirror.
You didn't play against SDS this round.
Wait, on round 7?
Round 7, the last round.
What did I play against then? Why did I write Seven Deadly Sins again?
I don't know.
Wait, what did I play against then?
I feel like you were playing against Kanata Marin.
No, I played against Kanata
Round 7.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're playing against the Bang Dream deck.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Why did I write Seven Deadly Sins again on here? Okay, whatever.
You pretended like it was SDS.
Yeah, dude, it was a SDS. Oh yeah, because we played against my friend Eric and his team. Okay, this one, yeah, I was against Bang Dream. It was a Rosalia deck. I have no idea what those cards do other than there's a really good Ricky that bounces back to your hand, and then I don't remember what the guy's finishing turn was because I was so far ahead in that game. I don't think I could have messed up at all at any point. I just remembered like doing double Escanor things, and then my opponent died. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. It was an 8 pants list. Yeah, boring game.
So last round, I finally took the mirror away from Kit. I went against SDS. Game was very standard going into level 2. I assumed that he had his entire hand ready to go for Escanor, so he only attacked with 1 lane. While I had triple Kanata and I was only at 2-3. I don't think that was probably the correct play. I ended up moving his back row up with Toa just to kill both back row, so he wouldn't have full board condition. Or at least try not to. Going into his finishing turn, he didn't play the Gil Thunder bouncer. He played the new Merlin early play instead, but unfortunately he didn't have red. I would have been 100% dead if it was a Gil Thunder. Luckily, it wasn't. So that was a pretty bad deck choice, I'd say. I think Gil Thunder is like always better than Merlin in this Escanor deck. So he couldn't finish me. I got to tap counter one of the Escanors because he didn't bounce. He didn't have red to play his Merlin early play, which was extremely weird. And that was about it.
Alright, yeah. Round 7, I played against like Kanta Marine again. I think it like early game went like kind of like what you'd expect. Like Kanta, like the Kanta deck hitting like 2 first, setting up their Kanta board, but like kind of forced this side after I get hit to 2 because I have the anti-change counter. And I think at the end, like I was like kind of ahead. I hit my opponent to like mid 3s while I was like around 2-4. So my opponent was like forced to go into like the finishing turn, and my opponent was kind of low on resources and only had like 2 Marines. And at this point, I was like 2-4, and I was like 5-20, which I think is like pretty favorable to like live double Marine. But yeah, then I think I like canceled a 2 on canceled a burn 2 on 1, 8-3, get hit to 3-0. Canceled like a burn 2 on like really early, take us 3, get hit to like 3-3. And then at this point I was like 2-7. My opponent has a single swing left. Well, I guess 2-8 was a single swing left. And my opponent swings direct with Kanata. Triggers a double soul trigger, swings for 5. And I ate the 5, and I had like two CXs and 3 cards left.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
But we got the win anyway, so it didn't matter for the round.
Yeah, true.
Yep. Yeah, that concluded our run. We ended up 10th place before deck check. Like I said, I don't know how the system works. If like when you get disqualified out of top 8, if like you basically get removed out of the tournament. So I believe on the paper we're 10th. If they do it that way, then I guess technically we're 9th. I have no fucking idea. We stayed around hopefully to sneak in because the day before we were told multiple teams got DQ'd out of top 8 because of deck check, which is when we're doing everything digitally now, I don't know how that happens, but apparently it happened again in the Weiss top 8. I don't know exactly what happened, but the assumption is that they submitted the deck incorrectly, and because of that they got yeeted out of top 8, which unfortunate for them. Which is funny because I think didn't ninth place win the entire or yeah, the team that snuck into top 8 win everything, or they got like top 3 or something.
They got
I have no idea.
They got what?
Yeah,
Hanson?
they got second. I
They got
think,
second
or third.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I know
the second place is the Fujimi deck. Wait,
oh yeah, that was the ninth place people, right?
No, the ninth place was third place overall.
Oh, okay, yeah, which is still a really good showing for them. They got in, and then they were also, which really sucks for, was it Trez Collectibles? I don't know how to say their name. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, their team was undefeated going into the top 8, and they lost to the ninth place team first round of top 8. And that always really hurts. So
it was the undefeated curse.
The undefeated curse, exactly. That was really rough for them. But yeah, that was our event. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, I think what's the next event our group's going to? Is it Texas? No,
Georgia.
I think it's Carmen. I think Carmen, Nico, and Dean again, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they do well there. Can't make it out there this year because it's too expensive now that I live on the West Coast again. Unfortunately, I think I think Johnny, you're done for the season, right?
Probably done for Springfest. Illinois is like iffy. Same with Texas. Not too sure about it.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm 100% on Texas, and like I should be 100% on Chicago as well. I got to double check with Carmen tonight though. Hanson, are you going to any other events? Or are you done for teams this?
Yeah, I'm like 70-80% on New York. Yeah, like bro this year is like in the middle of Springfest season, so probably that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro starts. Bro. Yeah, does that start next month or when is Bro?
It's in the middle of May for Wise.
Oh, in the middle of May. Oh, okay. Oh, April is when all the Vanguard stuff happens, right? So.
Well, Vanguard's weird. One of them I think already happened, and one of them is like in like November or something.
Interesting.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I don't understand, but Vanguard is a wild game. It seems to have like 10 different formats every year because they reboot it every other year. Yeah, but I think that's it. Hopefully we'll have some other content coming out soon. Thanks Hanson and Johnny for teaming up. We had a pretty decent run in California. I was really sad we didn't make top 8, but that's how the dice roll or whatever dumb saying fits for this. Yeah. All right. You guys have any last minute shout outs or anything before we close out this video?
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content.
Oh yeah, do that thing.
Shout out to the Vanguard Vegas guys, I guess. They're pretty much my ride to Cali this time. And shout out to Kit for, taking care of me, I guess.
Oh yeah, you stayed over. You're welcome, Johnny. Yep. Thanks for being on the team, as always. All right.
Accepted.
All right, everyone. We'll see you guys in the next video later.